The fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. Life is too short to be lived badly. There is no sin except that of not being happy. On a journey that has touched the minds of great philosophers such as Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and the Dalai Lama, we stop today to explore the wisdom of an author who has spoken to the hearts of millions of people around the world, Paulo Coelho. Let's discover how inner change can unlock new opportunities and open the doors to a fuller life. In this video, we'll explore his ideas and other teachings to continue our journey towards a deeper understanding of the mind and spirit. No one can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and create a new ending. To be human is to have doubts and still continue on your path. Forgive, but don't forget or you'll get hurt again. Forgiveness changes perspective. Forgetting loses the lesson. It is not always enough to be forgiven by someone. In most cases, it is you who must forgive yourself. We are not who we want to be. We are what society demands. We are what our parents choose. We do not want to disappoint anyone. We have a great need to be loved. So we stifle the best in us. Little by little, the light of our dreams turns into the monster of our nightmares. They become things not done, possibilities not lived. I live neither in my past nor in my future. I only possess the present, and it is the present that interests me. If you can always keep yourself in the present, you will be a happy man. Life will be a celebration, a great banquet, because it is always and only the moment that we are living. Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than suffering itself, and that no heart has ever suffered when it searches for its dreams, because every second of the search is a second encounter with God in eternity. If what you find is made of pure matter, it will never end, and you can always go back. If what you found was just a moment of light, like the explosion of a star, you will find nothing when you return. No day is the same as another. Each morning brings with it its own miracle, its own magic moment when old universes are destroyed and new stars are created. He who wishes to see the rainbow must learn to love the rain. It is precisely the possibility of realizing a dream that makes life interesting. Waiting is painful, forgetting is painful, but not knowing what decision to make is the worst suffering. Memories always win, and with them comes a demon even more terrifying than melancholy: remorse. Sadness doesn't last forever when we walk in the direction of what we've always wanted. Close some doors, not out of pride, incompetence, or arrogance, but simply because they no longer lead anywhere. Only two things can reveal the great secrets of life: suffering and love. He who is wise only because he loves, and he who is foolish only because he thinks he can understand love. Love is a wild force. When we try to control it, it destroys us. When we try to imprison it, it enslaves us. When we try to understand it, it leaves us lost and confused. When you love, you have no need to understand what is happening outside, because everything begins to happen inside of you. Love exists all the time. It's men who change. It takes years to build trust and only seconds to destroy it. Love is only discovered by loving. Just because someone doesn't love you the way you want them to, doesn't mean they don't love you with all their heart. When one door of happiness closes, another opens. But many times we look so long at the closed one that we do not see the one that has been opened for us. It takes only a minute to offend someone, an hour to like them, and a day to love them, but it takes a lifetime to forget them. The closer the heart approaches simplicity, the more it is capable of loving freely and deeply, without reservations or fears. And the more it loves without reservations or fears, the more it knows how to make every little gesture elegant. Decisions must be made with courage, detachment, and sometimes with a certain amount of madness, not the madness that destroys, but rather the madness that leads the human being to take a step beyond his own limits. When I had nothing left to lose, I gained everything. When I stopped being who I was, I found myself. When I knew humiliation but kept walking, I understood that I was free to choose my own destiny. When we least expect it, life presents us with a challenge to test our courage and our will to change. Every human being has been given a great virtue, the ability to choose. Those who do not use it turn it into a curse, and others will choose for them. God wants us to meet a few wrong people before we meet the right one, so when we finally meet them, we'll know how to be grateful for that gift. Don't look for appearances, they can be deceiving. Don't look for health, that too can fade. Look for someone who makes you smile, because it only takes a smile to make a bad day seem bright. Always put yourself in other people's shoes. If you feel cramped, they probably feel the same way. Circumstances and environment influence us, but we are responsible for ourselves. The happiest people don't necessarily have the best of everything. They just make the best of everything that comes their way. The best future is based on the forgotten past. You cannot do well in life before you let go of your past failures and pains. Heroes are people who did what had to be done and faced the consequences. When you were born, you were crying and everyone around you was smiling. Live your life so that when you die, you are the only one smiling and everyone around you is crying. Dream what you want, go where you want, be what you want to be, because you only have one life and one chance to do the things you want to do. Thank you for sharing with us this journey through the wisdom of Paulo Coelho. His words remind us that life is an adventure in which each of us has the power to write our own destiny. Continue to explore the potential of your mind and heart, one step at a time, as we have done with the great philosophers and thinkers in our previous videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to stay updated on our next content. Share your reflections and tell us how the teachings of Coelho and other authors have inspired you. Until next time, with new pearls of wisdom,